Welcome to the Rusted Garden. Today I wanted to show you a way to protect your collards and your kales. If you've ever grown greens before, you've definitely seen holes in your plants. You've seen these tiny green worms. They're called cabbage loopers or green cabbage worms, and they come from that white psychotic flying moth that flies around most gardens. They just land everywhere, lay eggs. The eggs hatch into these green worms and they will eat holes and devastate your crops. I've tried to combat them many ways. Fabric covers like this aren't new to gardening. They've been used a lot, but I was really looking for a cost-effective way to create my fabric tent. This material is called Tulle. It's spelled T-U-L-L-E, and you can get it at any fabric store. It's extremely lightweight. There are small, tiny holes in there. Nothing's going to get in there. The sunlight obviously comes through, and it's really inexpensive. It was only $1.79 a yard, and that's what I was looking for. So 3 feet for $1.79. I bought about 10 to 15 yards. I still have more, but I was able to build this tent around 5 of my kale and collard plants, and if you look closely, it's been 2 weeks. There are no holes in these plants, and by now they would be covered in holes, or I would have to be treating them some other way to deal with the green cabbage looper. This tent is really, really effective. I was going to do a construction video to show you how I built it, but I figured, that's sort of a waste of time. It's pretty straightforward. It's 2 bamboo poles about 1.5 to 2 feet apart. You tie them off at the top and you space them out so that you can have a nice tent covering your crops. And I use these clips that you can find at Staples or any kind of office supply store, and you just clip the tool to the top of the bamboo post. You clip it down at the bottom, secure it down at every place that you have a bamboo stake, and then at the top you just collect it and you put another clip. Down here at the bottom, to keep the wind from blowing up on the other side, I covered some of the fabric with wood mulch to keep it down, and on this side I used my cedar shims and poked holes in it, and I just drop it on there. But when I need to get into it, I can lift it up, I can get what I need out of there, cover it back up, and it will be protected from that white psychotic flying moth. And last year what I did is I watched the moth and was trying to figure out, when does it show up, when does it leave, and I was hoping I could figure out sort of its pattern. Unfortunately, they show up here in my area in April and they just stay till September. So I was always combating the white moth, and it was laying eggs, and I used a product called BT that was effective, but I had to keep applying it. I don't want to spend that time having to do something over and over again. So when I found this cost-effective material, Tulle, I decided why not build a tent. It's very, very effective, and it's not expensive, and I really recommend you give this a try. You're going to have a lot more greens, and you're going to have to do a lot less work in your garden. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com, and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.